Counting cars, how COVID-19 is being reported. With many cars on the road, let's look at a small example. Some of these cars speed. Photo radar catches some of these speeders. Some of those caught are convicted. What if we keep the same amount of cars and the same amount of speeders? How do we make it appear that there are more speeders? We could just count more cars by adding more cameras. Nine caught becomes 16. Five convicted becomes 7. What if we were not talking about speeding? What if we were talking about COVID-19? Would testing more people increase the number of speeders or just increase those caught? The number of confirmed cases is just a subset of tests performed. More tests, cameras, more positive tests, speeders caught. But does that really mean more speeders? The US, for example, they have tested more people than any other country. They now have the most positive cases in the world. In the US, 0.22% of the population has been tested, with 16% of those tests being positive. The reported mortality rate of 1.66% is based on positive tests only. However, the mortality rate in the US, when taken against people tested versus testing positive, is actually 0.27%. In absence of large-scale random testing, we have to look at the risk based on a per capita basis. That equates to a rate of positive testing of only 0.035% per capita, with a mortality rate of 0.00059%. The US is said to have a mortality rate of over 1.66%. However, this is based on positive tests, not people infected or even tested. 1.6% of 330 million people. That's scary. 0.00059% of the population. Would people really stay inside for that risk? Flu is not relevant, people are saying. But the lockdown restrictions imposed for COVID-19 worldwide should lower the curve of flu also. These restrictions don't appear to be doing anything for either flu or COVID-19 positive cases. Flu cases and deaths continue to grow. Up to 54 million flu cases in the US, resulting in up to 62,000 flu deaths. Italy is said to have a mortality rate of over 10%. However, this is a percentage of the smaller number of positive tests, not overall tests, infections, or population. Positive testing results are being reported as the rate the virus is spreading, when really it is the rate that people are being tested. If the testing grows exponentially, positive tests are likely to grow, even if no new infections are actually occurring. So why do we not see per capita or per actual, not just positive, test results? At this point, no one knows the actual infection rate. Travel was unchecked in and out of China during months of active infections. Is it really contained or even containable at this point? 10.84% is scary. 0.016% of the population, not so much. This is not unique to the US or Italy. We need to stop using the exponential rollout of test kits as an indication of an exponential growth of the virus. They are not the same thing. On average, flu infects 16% of the US population, with up to 62,000 deaths this season to date. Flu has no cure, just an inoculation which provides some protection. COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2, has had a workable, tested and trial treatment for over 17 years. It was originally used with great success on SARS-CoV-1 in 2003, and results of recent tests on COVID-19 have been successful. This time, unlike the 4 previous related outbreaks, misleading figures on COVID-19 have been reported. There was also an initial failure to use a treatment that was known to work. Why? Or should that be who?